All right, settle in everyone. My name is Z. For the next 13 minutes, we are going on a wild ride. Imagine Caracas, the massive, chaotic, beautiful heart of Venezuela, suddenly got wings. It decides to fly, not to Miami, too easy, but to a tiny island called São Tomé and Príncipe. Quick cut, bustling Caracas streets. Quick cut, serene São Tomé beach. It's like your entire high school moving into your studio apartment. Chaos, cocoa, carnival-level vibes. This is the kind of geopolitical fan fiction you didn't know you needed. We're about to dive into the top 5 most hilarious, most mind-bending, and honestly, most chaotic outcomes. Think of it as a thought experiment with a killer soundtrack and a lot of chocolate. We're going to mix history, culture, and a little bit of absurdity to see what happens when a South American giant lands on an African microstate. And just a quick note before we start, we're here to have fun. All the jokes are about the wild situations, not the people. We're celebrating cultures by mashing them up in the most ridiculous way possible. This is all about culture-forward, playful humor. No cheap shots, just pure, unadulterated hypothetical madness. So, strap in, because we're about to merge two worlds that have no business being merged. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. So, picture this. Day 1. The entire population of metropolitan Caracas, all 3 million of them, wakes up, and they are now residents of São Tomé and Príncipe, a nation of about 220,000 people. The first thing that happens? Traffic. Not just any traffic, an epic traffic jam. Los Angeles on a Friday looks empty. You've got Caraqueños in their cars, honking, gesticulating, trying to get to work. But their work is now on an island only 50 kilometers long. Local São Toméans, used to knowing everyone, stand by the road sipping coffee, bewildered. 1 million cars on roads built for a few thousand. A man walking his goat gets stuck behind a 2003 Toyota Corolla blasting reggaeton. The goat is not impressed. The ultimate clash of scale, a human anthill on a postage stamp. Let's talk housing. Suddenly, 3 million people need places to live. Colonial buildings surrounded by hastily built high-rises. People from Caracas live vertically in massive blocks. São Toméans are used to having a backyard. Now your backyard is someone else's 40-story lobby. Administration turns into comedy. A small government used to fishing rights must manage a megacity. Their last big debate was a bench. Today's agenda. Item 1. An unscheduled influx of 3 million people. Item 2. Where did all the mangoes go? A bureaucratic nightmare. Explaining the internet was for his cousin's Facebook, not 4K Netflix, for a city the size of Chicago. This is about lifestyle. Venezuela. Dense, relentless urban machine. São Tomé. Island time. Gentle ocean breeze. A Caraqueño orders coffee in 5 seconds. The São Toméan barista. Relax, my friend. The beans are still on the tree. The pace of life hits a brick wall of palm trees and mañana. The result? Beautiful, hilarious chaos. Cars parallel parking between ceiba trees. A fisherman offering a canoe ride to a suited businessman. Chapter 2. Now, let's talk about the one thing that could actually unite these two places. Chocolate. This isn't just a merger of people. It's a merger of cacao titans. Venezuela is home to Criollo beans, the champagne of chocolate. It's what fancy chocolatiers whisper about in hushed, reverent tones. São Tomé and Príncipe, literally known as the Chocolate Islands. It was once the world's largest producer of cocoa. This is a match made in confectionery heaven. Suddenly, every street corner on the island becomes a gourmet chocolate shop. You've got Venezuelan chocolatiers setting up shop next to São Toméan farmers who have been growing world-class beans their whole lives. Imagine the arguments. A Venezuelan saying, No, the conching process needs to be at exactly 48.7 degrees Celsius for 72 hours. And the São Toméan farmer just rolls his eyes, breaks off a piece of raw cacao pod, and says, My friend, have you tasted the bean? Just taste the bean. It's the clash of high-tech gastronomy and ancient earthbound wisdom. This culinary mashup would create chocolate creations the world has never seen. Arepas filled with molten São Toméan dark chocolate. Cachapas drizzled with a spicy cocoa reduction. The national dish is a 12-course chocolate-tasting menu. Tourists come for a 95% single-origin Venezuelan São Toméan blend. Of course, there's a history here we can't ignore. Both regions have a complex past tied to colonial plantation economies. For centuries, cultivation of cacao was linked to exploitation and hardship. But in this hypothetical merger, there's a chance for a new story. Descendants are now in charge, creating a shared chocolate identity on their own terms. It's a powerful, delicious form of reclamation. The island's economy transforms. Forget oil, forget fishing. The new currency is the cocoa bean. Taxis in chocolate bars, rent in kilos of fermented beans. The World Bank sends delegates to sample the harvest. This is chocolate diplomacy, where international relations are sorted out over the richest hot chocolate known to man. Chapter 3. All right, so we've got the people, and we've got the chocolate. What happens when they decide to party? You get the most epic, non-stop beach carnival the world has ever seen. Venezuelan music, salsa, merengue, tambor. São Toméan music, usua, socape. Deeply connected to Angolan and Portuguese influences. You mix them together, and you get a sound that would make the planet's axis shift. Imagine a massive sound system on a pristine beach, palm trees swaying, a Venezuelan DJ spinning, the beat drops, a São Toméan drum circle joins in. They lay down a hypnotic rhythm. Not quite salsa, not quite kizomba, a beautiful, fluid hybrid. A cultural jam session. Everyone invited. The energy would be electric, literally. And that's where the power outages come in. Venezuela, notorious grid struggles. São Tomé, small island infrastructure. In our merged superstate, reliable electricity is aspirational. The lights are going to go out, a lot. But here's the magic. A power outage isn't the end of the party. It's the intermission. Someone lights a candle. Someone else starts a rhythm on a bottle. Drum circles take center stage. The party becomes acoustic, the ultimate comedic beat drop. Dancing by moonlight and cell phone flashlights. Singing gets louder. Brownouts become scheduled parts of the festivities. Acoustic jam session and candlelight vibes. 10:30 to 11:15, approx. Turn a problem into a feature. A bug becomes the experience. Capoeira-like movements blending with frenetic Venezuelan joropo footwork. The party isn't just for the young. Grandmothers lead the charge. A Venezuelan abuela teaching salsa, a São Toméan avó showing the caxa drum. Cultural knowledge transferred through joy, music, and a flickering power grid. This party culture would redefine nightlife. People follow drums, not clubs. Every night is carnival. Every blackout is a chance to connect. A forced digital detox everyone ends up loving. Now, if you think the parties are chaotic, wait until you see the politics. Truly, deeply hilarious in a dark, satirical way. You're taking Venezuela's broadcast political theater and cramming it into a small island council where the last scandal was the wrong pastries. It's a political telenovela meets a PTA meeting. Imagine the first joint session. São Toméan reps, calm, measured, weeks of discussion. Venezuelan figures, 3-hour speeches, dramatic proclamations, imperialist puppets before 9 a.m. The council president, we must discuss a new fishing pier. A Venezuelan leaps up. This pier is a Trojan horse for neo-colonialist interests. We will not stand by while foreign powers attempt to control our sovereign fish. Patria o muerte. The São Toméans stare, baffled. One whispers, did he just say fatherland or death about a fishing pier? São Tomé. Coalitions, peaceful transfers, politics on a human scale. Everybody knows everybody. Now daily pressers, flying allegations, conspiracy boards with string. A rep cites parrot impact. The counterpart leads a flag-waving chant out of thin air. It's logic versus passion, consensus versus charisma. Enter the telenovela technocrats. Calm openings, dramatic pauses, and if we don't approve this budget, I may reveal what happened to the minister's prize-winning chicken. Incredibly frustrating, incredibly entertaining. Nothing moves fast, but every vote feels like a season finale. Chapter 5. Okay, we've navigated the traffic, the chocolate, the parties, and the politics. What's the payoff? The environment. Venezuela's Amazon, the Andes, the Caribbean, combined with São Tomé, the African Galapagos. The result is an ecological explosion. Endemic shrews and giant begonias meet capybaras sunbathing next to sea turtles. Colorful Venezuelan macaws nest with São Tomé and paradise flycatchers. Iguanas everywhere, basically pigeons. Someone tries to elect one mayor, and it almost wins. Come to Venezuela. Hike a volcanic peak in the morning. See Amazonian river dolphins in the afternoon. We built a very large aquarium and relax on a pristine beach, while monkeys try to steal your chocolate. It's nature on steroids. An oil executive arrives thinking extraction. A rare iridescent butterfly lands on his nose. Epiphany. New motto: come for the oil, stay for the critically endangered ibis. Conservation becomes a national obsession. Ex-special forces lead anti-poaching, scientists team with local guides, cutting edge meets traditional knowledge, eco-resorts booked for a decade. But infrastructure? Overloaded ferries, ports jammed, hilarious 5-star eco-lodge with 2-hour water windows and a secret Wi-Fi password. Despite the madness, the world rushes in. Nature reclaims power. Oil rig as vertical farm. A condor guide explains why the Andean condor now only eats fish. It's a biodiversity blowout, confusing and magnificent. So there you have it, Caracas plus São Tomé. Traffic jams, chocolate diplomacy, power outage parties, political telenovelas, and a biological wonderland. It's a beautiful, chaotic mess that probably shouldn't work. But in our heads, it's the most interesting place on Earth. When cultures collide, you get creativity, new music, new food, and a whole new way of looking at the world. If you loved this weird mashup, do me a favor, leave a like, and definitely follow for more what-if world mixes. Let me know in the comments what other crazy mergers you'd want to see. I'm Z, see you next hypothetical. And no, we're not packing up Caracas yet.